When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Hey, loser.
Leave me alone.
When a child shares hurtful comments online, that's bullying. Visit erasebullying.ca to learn how to help your child stand up to cyberbullying.
Let's get back to your girl Ambezi, Pastor C, and the Chief, as they give it to you straight, no chaser.
Hey, we are back. And I don't know if we have any rappers that listen to this show or like musicians, but this beat that we just transitioned into from the break, that was pretty fire.
That was tough.
So actually, this is something that we don't usually get to do, but I think it's super cool that we get to do this show. We actually know the producer of that beat, so let me give a special shout out to Tao. He is a student at the South Academic Academy in Las Vegas, and that was one of his incredible beats that led us in and out of the commercial break. He's just one example of the great things happening at that school under the leadership of Principal Belinda Marente.
Yeah, all right, Tal.
Yes.
And let me tell you something.
Talent, man.
Yeah, that's going to be a guy to watch
Yes.
in the years. You know, he was I happened to meet him last week at the school and got to listen to his beats, and as it turns out, he is affiliated with the company that our home network gets the beats from.
Wow.
So,
Yes.
Tal, you keep doing your thing, man, because we're looking for big things from you. But also, can't say enough good things about Principal Marentech and the things that are going on at the South Academy, Academic Academy in Vegas. She's doing some big things down there, and those students are really doing some good things. They're turning it around, and they know if you see Principal Marentech walking down the hall and she doesn't have a smile on her face, man, them hallways clear out of there, man. So again, Tao, keep doing your thing.
Yes,
and
that was
South
fire.
Academic Academy, keep doing your things. Absolutely, that was fire. Keep it up.
So before the break, we were getting into the Tinder thing. I was breaking it down for these
seasoned men,
ancient men here. So yes, guys, we have long gone from the days that we chisel love letters on tablets. Okay, we are now swiping right for the people we like. So before the break, the point that I was trying to make was that everybody's basically at our fingertips. We've had countless conversations on this show about how millennials are really different, because it boils down to the fact that we're able to have everything at our fingertips. Instant gratification is really the foundation of our generation. So even if you see a girl at a party and you don't have, the nerve to talk to her at the party, you could easily look her up on Twitter, stumble upon her on Tinder, go on Facebook, go on social media, find her and slide in her DMs. Like, it's really crazy. Like, I really think that the way social media is forming dating now is very interesting, because it kind of takes away the social aspects of dating that I really like, but it also gives people the opportunity to talk to people they wouldn't have necessarily talked to in person, or to find people with common interests that they would not have ran into in their regular, in their regular daily lives. So
when you say DM, that
goes down in the DMs. Goes down in the DMs.
What is a DM?
Okay, so your DMs. Oh, that was loud. So your DMs are your direct messages on your social media. So you have DMs on Instagram, you have DMs on Twitter, you have DMs on Facebook. So when somebody follows you on social media, they basically, you can think of it as a concert. Mm-hmm. So when you have tickets to a concert, you have general admission and you have VIP. So if you see general admission, if you have a general admission ticket, that means that you're just seeing the show. You're seeing the show that everybody else gets to see, right? Mm-hmm. If you have VIP, you're up close and personal with that person who's performing. So it's the same thing with social media. So you can follow somebody on social media and you just see their general whatever they're putting out. You can see their timeline. You can see their pictures. You can see whatever is not private. And even if it's private, they can accept you and you can see all that stuff. So if you are on somebody's Instagram and you're like, wow, these pictures are amazing. This girl is fine. This guy is fine. You can direct message them so that you can try to talk to them and nobody else can see you talk to them.
Well, I think it's I'm a little concerned, if I can be honest, when it comes to social media and dating and things of that nature, because it's so non-personal. Mm-hmm. And I think it becomes dangerous to a degree because people are interacting on social media and you don't even know if that's the individual that you're talking to.
Right.
And so you have pictures up there, individuals use other individuals' photos, and you're having these conversations. Exactly. And a lot of these young people are so naive and gullible to think that the person who they're speaking to is the individual that they see being promoted on these websites. And so I know that there is a safe, fun aspect of it, but it seems to me that it's a dangerous aspect of it as well. And I was doing some due diligence, and I've learned that a lot of predators allure young ladies and young men and begin to take advantage of them, and they are abused or whatever. And social media is the access that they're using to get these young people. Mm-hmm. And so my question is, on these dating sites, if I could play the devil's advocate, are they really healthy? I mean, is it a good place to meet somebody? Is it a good place to start courting or begin relationship? And I'm not saying that it's bad, and I'm not saying that it's good, because I have not experienced it. But how much is it safe and authentic and genuine? Are you really getting the individual that you are pursuing?
Well, here's what I will say. I think with anything internet related, it always goes back to that conversation we had on social media, where it's really up to the user to have that education. Uh-huh. Because, well, before I even go there, for me also, there's a difference between somebody talking to you that is from left field and like you talking to somebody from the area. So here's what I mean by that. A lot of the times when people are getting scammed, when people are getting into these relationships where they're quote unquote falling in love with somebody who turns out not to be who they think they are, these are people that, like, if you live in Las Vegas, all of a sudden this guy from New York is following you, and he seems like like he's fine, and he's DM'd you like, oh yeah, I come to Vegas this like every once in a while, and then you guys start talking, and then next thing you know this guy is fake. I think that there's a difference between situations like that and situations where like somebody from your area is trying to talk to you, because chances are there's somebody you know who knows that person. For example, like when AJ was trying to talk to me, like, I didn't know who he was, but we're in Vegas. Like, it's a small town, and people were then able to verify, like, oh yeah, like, he's on the football team, he does this, he does that. So I really think that there are ways to kind of avoid those situations, but it really is, people are naive, so it really does depend on the person. But let's go to this caller really quick.
Yes.
And see what they have to say.
Okay, Carly, you're back on the air.
Hi, it's Ashley from Texas again.
Hi, Ashley.
Swiper.
Hi.
Swiper, no swiping.
No swiping. So, and I just want to touch on the issue of safety. So, I've had friends who have dated online. Some of them have been successful, and some of them are not successful. And in terms of safety, you just never know who you're going to meet.
My point.
For example, Amber was saying, yeah, Vegas is a small town. Yeah, that is very, very true. Dallas is it's big, but at the same time, everybody knows everyone. But depending on where you live and what you do, you may not know that person, or you may not know someone who knows. So I think a lot of it just depends on, I think a lot of it is just based on risk. Is taking a risk to see if that person is who they say they are. If they put up, if they're on Tinder, or if they're on Match.com or eHarmony or any of the dating websites, or even Instagram. And that's, right now, Instagram is really huge for individuals meeting and dating and even getting married. I've seen stories where, we met on Instagram and we're now married and we bought this house and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So I think on the safety aspect, it just depends on who you meet. It depends on who you meet and really getting to know that person. And to take it a step further, it's definitely something where, I'm 35, my generation, we're still on the fence of, do we go online and meet people, or are we old school?
Well, here's my question. I mean, and Ashley, and I want to ask this to you and Ambezy. And again, we're on Straight No Chaser, so we can kind of push the envelope and keep it real. And so,
push it.
Thank you, sir. I've been authorized by the chief. Here's my question, because as a man, I was single for about 4 or 5 years or whatever, and I thought it was disrespectful for a woman to direct message me telling me that she's interested. I didn't have a lot of respect for that woman, and that's just me, and maybe it's old school. My question to you all is this: do you think that there is, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase that because I do not want to be offensive. Is internet dating, does that create more options for you, or does individuals who navigate through the internet, are they cowards, or they are afraid to approach people, so they hide behind the keyboard and the text message and not really pursue individuals in a very personal way? I think that if you can have a full conversation with me on the internet, but you know where I live, we have the same circle of friends, and you don't want to talk to me personally, then I don't respect you reaching out to me via some website. And so my question is, what is the purpose or the intentions of individuals who are pursuing meeting people on the internet? Does it create more options, or you don't have the courage to literally have a personal relationship with somebody? Which one is it?
Now, Ambezy will probably answer it different, but I'm sort of like you, Pastor C. I'm old school, so you know, in a sense of if we have the same friends or at least we hang out in the same circle, don't contact me through Instagram. I'm